Cubs are ready to restart the regular season, right? Up against the start of this series against Arizona, and then one of the most brutal 58 game schedules I can remember as far as a team coming in from spring training to start. But they have the talent to do it. If they don't do it, is Craig Counsell on the hot seat? Read an interesting story. We're going to talk about that makes you think they are. We've talked about this trade, the Kyle Tucker trade, and it's kind of feeling like there's a lot of heat on the Cubs to make sure that this thing works out because Cam Smith made the team. How about Hayden Wesneski? Remember him? Yeah, he was traded over there too. And all of a sudden now they're pretty high on him. Now, I know it's only spring training. We've seen this song and dance before. But Isaac Paredes, Cam Smith, and Hayden Wesneski, all three guys on there, and Wesneski starting to get a little love as well. Fifth starter spot, according to reports, is going to Ben Brown. We'll get into that as well. It doesn't surprise me, and I'll tell you why. So all that right here on the Cubs Baseball channel. Hey, I want to say this to you guys. Thank you. Wherever you might be watching, how much I appreciate you guys being here on the Cubs Baseball channel and being a part of what we do every day. Love you guys. We're all Cubs fans here for the most part. I mean, I'm sure there's some other fans, but Cubs fans, this channel's for you. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. We talk Cubs every day. We're a few days away from games that count again, and we're all fired up about that. But thank you. Let's get the show started. What do you say, everybody? Mick Gillespie, Cubs Baseball channel. Always great to see you. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. We're climbing, man. We're trying to get to 7,000 subscribers. Really, we want to get to like 20,000. Could we do that by the end of the season? I don't know, but we're going to have a good time talking about the Cubs. We do it every single day, and I appreciate you guys for being here and making this part of your day. All right, let's get into this right off the bat. This was definitely worth talking about. Is this a make or break year for Craig Counsell? I know we've talked a lot about Jed Hoyer. Counsell signed the most lucrative contract ever for a manager, came over and got the same exact record as David Ross, right? Both he and Rossi ended up 83 and 79, back-to-back seasons. That tells you who the Cubs are, right? Well, I was reading on Cubs on SI, a report by Michael Bronner. He's talking about the fact that the headline is, if the Cubs fall short again in 2025, should Craig Counsell be on the hot seat? I feel like Craig Counsell is not on the hot seat just because of the fact that he signed a multi-year contract. It doesn't end next year. I feel like the front office is on the hot seat. Now, would this mean he'd be on the hot seat for the next season? See, I don't think it works like that. When Joe Madden was managing the Cubs, they let him ride out his contract. There were some things behind the scenes where, maybe, he and Theo Epstein weren't seeing eye to eye. I wish that Joe was still with the Cubs. I loved having him around. I think that he should be a part of the organization one way or the other. Obviously, he's the guy that won the World Series as manager. It was the weirdest managing I ever saw in the World Series, but it worked. And then he's one of the most creative guys, fun guys that I can ever remember, right? Craig Counsell's paid. He's not going anywhere. I don't think that any guy that took over running the organization would look at Counsell and be like, man, yeah, this guy's a detriment. The decisions that are hurting the Cubs right now are decisions that are made from the front office. When you look at the Tucker trade, and I mean, and you guys have gotten the comment section, and honestly, I love it because we've had some spirited debates on this, and we're not going to know until the end of the year. But we're going to talk about Hayden Wesneski. You look at that deal, and all of a sudden, you got a pile of guys that the Cubs traded to the Astros that are actually in position to contribute to their team. And if they have success, and who knows what's going to happen. I mean, look, even with Cam Smith making the big league team, doesn't mean that he's going to have big success. It just means he made the opening day roster, right? But now if he goes out and has a rookie of the year campaign, this front office is done, right? They are done. Carter, Jed, all of them, they're out. Okay. So when you see him making the team, that's one thing. But if they just traded away a rookie of the year, hey, that it's all over. So that's kind of how this thing sets right now. What they need is Kyle Tucker to come in and play like the Kyle Tucker that we all have seen him play for with the Astros. There's going to be a lot more pressure in Wrigley. We know that. But to save this front office, this team needs to make the playoffs, and Tucker needs to be worth the 1-year contract. I don't think, and I do love, the Cubs on SI webpage. I just don't think that I think he'll get his contract. I mean, they're not going to pay him and then fire him and then pay some other guy to come in. Now, this was interesting to me that Hayden Wesneski was getting and is getting a whole lot of love right now. Because he's kind of the forgotten guy in basically all of these trades. And we always wondered, like you saw kind of flashes of how good he could potentially be. But, you're trading basically a guy over in Cam Smith, who's your first round pick, a minor leaguer, though, just got out of college. Isaac Paredes, who was an all-star. I thought that the Cubs undervalued him. I know he didn't play great last year, but it just seemed like he was trying to get things going after playing pretty good baseball before he got to the Cubs. And you send all those guys, and then it's like they're saying that Wesneski could be one of the best pitchers on the Astros staff, and when you start to see that, and again, the Athletic is really loving what the Astros are doing with some of these Cubs players. But, Wesneski's a 6-pitch guy. He's going to be the 5th starter on the Astros team. He pitched an inning and 2/3 the other day, struck out 5 guys. And maybe going to Houston's going to be his salvation, because we saw a glimpse of it with the Cubs. But, man, I mean, to get 3 big leaguers that could potentially perform for your team for a guy that's only going to play for you for 1 year is pretty interesting. But with that said, I'm not saying it's a bad deal. So don't get on me and say, hey, Mick, you're making it sound like it's a bad deal. I think that it's one of those deals where at the end of the day, it's going to come down to the performance that we get from Kyle Tucker. And, that to me is going to be exactly why the Cubs have success or fail. I might still be wearing my winter layers, but the start of baseball season means spring is upon us. I've teamed up with DraftKings to bring the excitement to my fellow fans of one of America's most beloved games. Right now, they are offering all new customers $200 in bonus bets instantly after betting just $5. Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using our code CBC. Cubs Baseball Channel, CBC. The crown is yours. Stay in on all the action and use your $200 in bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at even bigger payouts. Combine multiple bets together from the same game. Love the thrill of live betting? DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on in-progress games right as they happen, making watching the game that much more exciting. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can still join in on all the fun with DraftKings Pick 6 and have a shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now. New customers use our promo code CBC and bet just $5 on any wager and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's promo code CBC only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Well, it looks like the Cubs have landed on their 5th starter, and it's going to be Ben Brown. This does not surprise me, even though he didn't look great in Japan. He didn't get a lot of help defensively, but I'll tell you what, his breaking ball was tough to hit. And according to reports, he's going to be the 5th starter. The gang at The Athletic saying that he's going to get the role over Colin Ray, who will go to the bullpen. Ray, been around the game for a while, had a 4.57 ERA last year in 94 outings. In his career in 94 outings. And he's okay, right? He's a 34-year-old. He's kind of a journeyman type dude, vet. Brown, who last year was throwing a no-hitter and taken out after 7 innings is someone that has the potential to possibly be an ace down the road. He was injured last year and came back. He had a neck injury, and this year he's looked pretty good. And so with Javier Assad on the IL, or I guess what you would call coming back from the IL, not available right now. Jordan Wick's in the minor leagues because of options. And then Colin Ray kind of being a guy who's been there, done that, not really blowing you away, but pretty consistent. They felt like, hey, let's go ahead with Brown, give him the opportunity to be the number 5 guy, and that's how the rotation's going to set up. So it'll be Steele, Tyone, Imanaga, Boyd, and then Brown to start the year. That's your rotation. So something changes, but that's how it looks right now after those games in Japan. Hey, guys, thanks to DraftKings for being part of what we do. The promo code, again, is CBC, Cubs Baseball Channel. Take advantage of it right now and be a part of look, you got March Madness. You got the start of the regular season of baseball. You can do live in-game betting. It's just fun. And most of the states that you guys are hanging out and watching it, it's legal to do that. You just download the app and do it. Use our promo code, though, for an incredible, $5, and then they give you $20 in additional stuff to take advantage of it. And let me know how it goes. Get in the comments section. Again, like, subscribe, thumbs up. We'll do it again tomorrow, but I had fun. I hope you guys had fun. I had a great time. And I'll tell you why, because we're closing in on games that count. Yeah, it's baseball season's back. All right, go Cubs.